Now, when we all think of Call of Duty's golden days, we usually think back to the last generation of Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3 days when we had the likes of the Modern Warfare series and the Black Ops series. But then we hopped over to the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One era, and well, things haven't really been the same. Last generation was full of the Modern Warfare series, Black Ops series, and even World at War, and then this generation is just kind of full of bleh. This current generation kicked off with Call of Duty Ghosts, which was released back in 2013, and while it wasn't the worst Call of Duty ever, it definitely wasn't very good, especially when the previous Call of Duty had been Black Ops 2, which in my opinion is one of the best Call of Duty games out there. And after Ghosts, the next 3 years were nothing but the futuristic jetpacking with the games of Advanced Warfare, Black Ops 3, and Infinite Warfare. And in my opinion, even though that entire jetpack area gets a lot of bad crap, Black Ops 3 was honestly a highlight within not only those 3 jetpacking eras, but honestly just within the Call of Duty PS4, Xbox One generation in general. Even though Black Ops 3 is futuristic and had advanced movement, that was really the farthest it really went. It didn't really have crazy futuristic weapons. It still had a great feel, great maps, great combat system, just and on top of like the beautiful look and the colorful maps, the awesome camos, you had a lot to grind for. So Black Ops 3, even though it's futuristic, it still was, like I said, still a very big highlight within this generation. After Black Ops 3, we got Infinite Warfare, which honestly, I never actually got that game. I played the beta, and I decided not to get it, and here's why. After I played the Infinite Warfare beta, I didn't want to get it when it came out because it literally just felt like a Black Ops 3 ripoff. Had like almost the same HUD system, it had almost the same movement. It literally just had the same feel of Black Ops 3, but on a cheaper scale with cheaper, less fun weapons, less fun maps. And ultimately, I think that's the biggest reason I hated Infinite Warfare. I don't know if it was necessarily a bad game individually, but when you follow it up after we were already getting sick of the futuristic era, and it was just like Black Ops 3, exactly 1 year after Black Ops 3 was released, it didn't work for me. I just did not want the game. And then what do we get after Infinite Warfare and after all this jetpacking era? We get teased with World War II, nothing but crazy promotion. And we're going back to its roots. Boots on the ground was its #1 marketing selling point throughout the entire marketing campaign. The game comes out, and it sucks. I was one of the people who was like super crazy hyped for this game, and I did nothing but make content after content after content talking about this game, and that was honestly what my whole channel was founded on. I wanted a gaming channel, but I pretty much was making everything Call of Duty World War II related for pretty much almost the entire first year of this channel. The campaign of World War II was actually pretty decent. It had a lot of high points. The story was good. It was really fun, and I enjoyed the campaign. But the multiplayer, I just got bored with it after about a month, and I don't really know exactly what the specific reason is. I mean, I don't know. It's just like it just didn't have nothing to really grind for. It just didn't have fun combat. The maps were not good. The guns weren't that great. There's just, and I don't know. Like, not to mention it had launched with so few modes. Because like one of my favorite things about Call of Duty is when it launched with a whole bunch of modes that you can play with. World War II had none of that. And heck, in Black Ops 3, the biggest camo to grind for was Dark Matter, which was super badass. In World War II, the #1 camo to grind for is Chrome, which literally just looks like silver. So yeah, nothing really to grind for in the camo area. Now, Black Ops 4 got teased, and we have the 4 reveal event coming up in a few days, in 3 days, at the May 17th reveal event. And we'll see what the game holds, if it's going to be futuristic, or really far futuristic, near future, modern day, past. We'll find out when the reveal comes around. But everybody's saying that, okay, this is Treyarch's year, man. If they don't do it, Call of Duty's going to be dead. They have to pull through, or Call of Duty's going to be dead. But you know, everybody was saying that last year, too, about World War II. Everybody was saying that World War II has to be good. If it's not, then Call of Duty is dead. It's going to die. But guess what? Black Ops 4 gets announced, and everybody's still hyped for it. Now, this is the biggest reason I think Call of Duty will never die. As bad as Call of Duty has been in recent years, when World War II was released, it had $500 million in sales in its first 3 days. In 3 days, World War II had $500 million in sales. Now, it doesn't matter what people ultimately ended up thinking of the game. The fact that people wanted to buy the game so badly, the fact that everybody went out and bought it at release, shows that we still want to like Call of Duty. We want to love Call of Duty. We want it to be what it used to be. We want to have the same fun feeling. And ultimately, that is why Call of Duty will never die, because it doesn't matter how many bad games it produces, everybody is still going to buy the newest one that comes out, because we are all hoping that it will be as fun as it once was. Now, everybody's always speculating about Call of Duty's dying and everything. Everybody always talks about how it's the same recycled formula. They need to change it up. They need to try something new. But honestly, I don't even think that that's what it is. I don't think they really need to go all out and completely rebuild the Call of Duty franchise or the game and just try something brand new. That's ultimately why everybody loves Call of Duty, is for what it is. Everybody loves the fast-paced, 3-lane maps with the arcadic type shooting. And that's just what Call of Duty is. Every game has its own kind of style. Battlefield has its style. Fortnite has its battle royale style. Call of Duty has its style. And everybody likes certain games for the certain styles, and everybody loves Call of Duty for its style. It's not that its formula is worn out. It's just that the games just aren't coming up to be good anymore. That's just what it comes down to. Seems like in the last generation games of Modern Warfare series and Black Ops series, the games just had a lot to grind for. They were really fun, had very fun maps, very balanced weapons. Just very good gunplay. It just seems like everything was just more fun. It felt like it was worth grinding out for and just playing all day and night. And that's what the Call of Duty series used to be. But now, everything's boring. We're getting games released that are completely unfinished. Hell, like I said, Infinite Warfare, man, that game released without even leaderboards. It didn't even have leaderboards. World War II releases with just a small playlist of weapons. It didn't release with its paint job. I mean, with its paint, because the paint job department of like the customization like of the weapons and stuff like that. So I mean, we're just getting incomplete games released to us nowadays. And the funniest part about that is games used to release every 2 years. It used to only be Treyarch and Infinity Ward producing the Call of Duty titles. And then we get to this new generation of PS4 and Xbox One. Now we have 3 developers of Sledgehammer Games, Infinity Ward, and Treyarch. And yet, the games are still getting released unfinished, and I don't get that. I mean, they have even more time to make the games now than they used to, and we're still getting unfinished games. And I just don't understand what the complications are. I don't understand why they don't make balanced weapons anymore. They don't care about the maps. Ultimately, at this point, the game doesn't seem to be about being good anymore. It just comes down to they want the money of the consumers, and that's really all it is nowadays. Call of Duty ultimately is not going to die because it doesn't, like I've said, it doesn't matter really what games come out. Everybody's going to buy the next one and hope that it's good. Because, like, okay, look at the last 4 years of Call of Duty. We've had all these futuristic games, and World War II ended up being trash. But now this year, Black Ops 4. Black Ops 4. Everybody loves the Black Ops series with all the Black Ops 2. Even though Black Ops 3 gets some hate, most people love Black Ops 3. So then you get another Call of Duty with a Black Ops name. Everybody's going to want to eat that up. Everybody's going to want to buy that. The only issue I could at all see with Black Ops 4 this year isn't really the game itself, but all the competition it has. We already have Fortnite that's huge and taking over right now. Red Dead Redemption 2 is going to be coming out the same month. Battlefield's new game, which still hasn't been announced yet, will be coming out probably around the time that Call of Duty Black Ops 4 comes out. So Black Ops 4 is going to have a lot of competition this year. So regardless of how good or bad the game is, it has a lot of competition. And that's probably going to be the biggest reason Black Ops 4 doesn't really outsell. But I really do think it still has a chance to at least be a great game. I mean, I always trust Treyarch, and like all my fond memories in Call of Duty games don't come from any game other than the Black Ops series. Black Ops 2 and Black Ops 3, those are where my Call of Duty memories come from. That is where I had the most fun playing Call of Duty. And so I have full hope that Black Ops 4 will be as good as the previous Black Ops titles. Even if Black Ops 4 flops this year, everybody's gonna be like, oh, Call of Duty's dead. Even Black Ops isn't good anymore. Even Treyarch's not good. Next year, suddenly, we'll probably get like Modern Warfare 4 announced. Everybody's like, we're going back to Modern Warfare, guys! And everybody's gonna be hyped and like, yeah, the OGs are coming back. Infinity Ward's gonna come through and get Modern Warfare 4 going. And yeah, and then that game's gonna suck. And then next year, Sledgehammer's gonna announce something that looks cool, and then it's gonna suck. Then Treyarch's gonna announce something that looks cool. And it's just gonna be a repeated cycle of everybody thinking the game looks good, and then it's sucking. So that's why Call of Duty's not going to die. Everybody's going to keep buying the games up because they're all going to market it super well. Everybody's going to keep buying the game and hoping that it was good as it was back in the day. And so, I mean, I can't even lie. That's going to totally be me. I was super hyped for World War II last year. I'm not really hyping myself up that much this year for Black Ops 4. I mean, I'm excited, but I'm not as hyped as I was last year. I've learned to not hype myself up for Call of Duty. Don't trust fucking Activision at this point, honestly. Next year, honestly, I hope Modern Warfare 4 does get announced next year. I wouldn't be surprised if it did. Infinity Ward has had a couple bad games recently, Ghosts and then Infinite Warfare. You already know, returning to Modern Warfare 4 would definitely help boost them up a little bit. So, we'll see. Regardless, I'm a Call of Duty fanboy. I really hope Call of Duty goes back to what it used to be, man. I love Call of Duty. I love the playstyle, and it's easily my favorite type of multiplayer game there is. I just wish I could love it the same way I used to, man. I mean, it's not that I'm tired of the formula. I mean, I still go back and play Black Ops 3 every now and then. It's just that the games just aren't good anymore, and I really hope Call of Duty can find its niche and really figure out what to do, and they can get back to what they used to be. Hopefully, and hell, who knows, maybe even the next generation, the PS5 and whatever the next Xbox is, maybe Call of Duty will make another revival. Maybe the next generation will help boost it up for some reason. I don't know. That's just wishful thinking, but we'll see. So what do you guys think? Let me know down in the comments. Do you guys think Call of Duty is dying? Do you think it's ever going to die? Or do you agree with me and think that it's never going to really completely go away because everybody, including me, is going to be buying every Call of Duty game in hopes that it's as good as the previous titles? Because that's where I'm at with it. That's why I think it won't die. Like I said, let me know down in the comments what you guys think. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please hit that thumbs up button. Consider subscribing because it helps me out a ton. And actually, I don't know, it kind of helps me out. I'm kind of a loser who's probably never going to get anywhere on YouTube. But hey, we'll see, okay? Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video.